Hey everyone, I'm Al Tricasso. I want to share a couple of things with you. First and foremost, I wasn't planning on doing this video today. As a matter of fact, it wasn't even in my thought process. But a couple of things happened earlier this morning and afternoon. And I ended up speaking through texting and what have you, on the social media sites, to a young woman named Pinky, who is a very special person. And I'm going to speak about her, and I'm going to speak about a few other people, but I'm also going to be speaking about you. And y'all may be like, well, you don't even know me. Oh, but I do. Even though I don't personally know you, there's some things I do know. But I got to share a little bit of something with you. Sometimes in life, we have things that we can do, and our minds don't quite remember to do them at first. So if you notice, my hands are free, right? The phone is not shaking, is it? I'm not even holding it. That's because I recently purchased a very special tripod and a very different kind of tripod. And I'll be honest with you, just before I shot this video, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work out, because the way this is designed, it looked like I couldn't have the angle like the way I have it, like here, like I guess it's called horizontal. Hopefully it's one of them. Anyway, it's not diagonal at any rate. I was like, oh, I wonder if that's going to work. Well, obviously it's working. But I want to share that with you, a little bit of behind the scenes thing, because I want you to know that in life, you're going to set out to do things, and you're going to fail. And you may fail 1,000,000 times, my friends. But I want you to know, we don't quit. You don't quit. I don't care how many times you fail, you will fail into success if you never quit. Now, I'm going to speak about some people, as I said. They're almost not just people. They're special people. More special than even they realize. So first and foremost, I have to say, I am a believer of a higher power. I happen to believe in God. I believe in Jesus, the Heavenly Father, and Jesus. That's me. I love y'all, no matter what you believe or don't believe. I love y'all. But I believe in a God. Okay, so, I guess almost 10 years or so ago, I got a phone call. And this gentleman said, hi, I'm Ivan Harris Sr. I never met him, never heard from him. I never even knew he existed. And we got to talking. And ultimately, he told me about something he was involved in. And I ended up getting involved with him in this adventure, or venture, if you want to call it that. And through the years, I've learned that Ivan Harris Sr. is a man who you cannot, and I was talk shows for 19 years. You can't really articulate who Ivan really is. He's beyond special. He has been there through the good and the bad. He has been honest when he saw something that was wrong. He left that organization. And not only did he leave that organization, he explained why he would leave. And ultimately, I would be like, hey, if you're gone, I'm gone. So then what happened was, about 2.5 years ago, Ivan and I got involved with a company that I'm sure if you're looking at my Facebook, you're looking at my YouTube, you know which one I'm talking about. I'm not going to mention it today. But what I am going to tell you, well, maybe I will at the end, but what I will tell you this is, when Ivan says, this is the way it should be, and then he tells you why, there's something special about that. And I lived my life like that. You know, I'm gonna share something with you all of you. And then I'm going to speak about these other wonderful people. So do not leave. If you leave, you're going to regret it. Not because I'm so special, because all the glory goes to God. But you're going to miss out on some people that you want to know in your life. Trust me. And Pinky, by the way, she's one of them. Ivan doesn't lie about a business, nor do I. If we see something good, we're going to tell you about that. If we see something wrong, we're going to tell you about that. And you might think, well, couldn't that financially hurt you? Yeah. If we're involved in a company, hypothetically, and all of a sudden things are not right, and we decide to leave, yeah, we can definitely be, in bad shape. But guess what? I can't speak for Ivan because Ivan is Ivan. I can speak for me. There's not a company, a person, or an entity on the face of this earth that I am willing to give up my integrity, my reputation, and my life for anything. Not going to happen. And when I ask a person to join me in any kind of thing, whether it's a company or an event, I don't care what it is, I do not put that person on a path of something that's going to harm them. I will not go that way, no matter what. I don't care if some company came to me and said, Al, if you will just say this, I'll pay you $60 million. And I would say, well, what is it you want me to say? And then if I found out they were trying to harm people financially, but they were only giving me $60 million, that could last lifetimes, I would look at them or talk to them on the phone. I would say, thanks, but no thanks. You see, my friends, there's some people on this planet, and I've been blessed, thanks to God, to be one of them, that you can't buy me for any amount of money. In fact, let me throw it to you a slightly different way. If they offered me $400 trillion, not billion, trillion, some organization or a bunch of organizations said, hey, do this, we'll give you $400 trillion. I say, what do I have to give up? Because, friends, there are things that no amount of money on the planet is worth doing. I'm not all about the money. Yes, I need money, like you. And you better believe I intend on earning a lot of money, but only if it helps you. Only if it gets a situation where it's benefiting you in some type of way, or in different ways, a lot of ways. You see, because there's something about me that a lot of people don't get. When I say I want to see scarcity become non-existent for all 8.2 billion plus people, I'm not lying. I'm not here trying to look good. I'm not here trying to get you to be my friend. I'm not here to say, hey, that guy's a good guy. No. Why do I want that? Because, as I said before, I believe in a higher power. And you know what I believe? Maybe I'm bizarre. I don't know. Maybe I'm the weirdest guy on the face of the earth. I don't know. Maybe I'm the strangest guy in all of 8 billion plus. Maybe. I don't know. But you know what I do know? I know that there's not one human being that should go without food. Not one of our enemies, one of our friends. I don't care where you are on the face of this earth. There's not one person of any age that should go without food. Not one that should go with access to health care. Lifetime, as much as needed, money-wise, health care for every single 8 billion plus. And not only that, I believe everybody on the face of the earth should have a home. Whether it's an apartment, maybe an RV, a mansion, I don't care what it is. Every human being deserves a home. You know what I think? I also think every single 8 billion plus deserve access to an education. And at least I will say this. I wish there was no such thing as currency on the face of the earth. I wish money did not exist. And here's my reason for that. If money did not exist, these obstacles, these terrors, these horrible things that happen would not happen. You see, for too long, too many human beings have turned money into their God. Instead of God, or whatever name you believe in, or the universe, they turn money into God. Well, here's a newsflash for all the people who don't care about human life and only want to have $400 billion or whatever and want to take power, money. Let me give you a newsflash. It's not about that. And your legacy that you think you're leaving, you're leaving one. It's one that people will despise you for an eternity. An eternity. Because what you're doing now, and that speaks to a lot of people and a lot of organizations that we know that will remain nameless, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. So if I had my way, money and currency would not even exist. So I'll tell you what would exist. A different form of currency. A currency where you get nothing unless you're willing to give everything away. But in return, you get everything you want and you get everything you need. And to just pretend like we still have money, it would be like if you had $100 trillion. You gave it all away. Because you gave it all away, you might end up with 200 trillion. You see, we should be doing things for our fellow human beings. All of us. There's not one living person on the planet that can't do something. And I know what some of you are thinking. What about people who are sick? What about people who can't even speak? I realize that. But even they have ways of, a lot of times, ways that miraculous things or seemingly miraculous things happen. Proven in history, by the way. I can't remember the young lady's name, but she wrote a couple of books, maybe more than a couple. She was both deaf and blind. I could be wrong. I think it might have been Helen Keller or something to that effect. Deaf and blind. We have a gentleman on YouTube, and I can't remember his name. My great friend Ivan Harris Sr. might remember. The man was born without legs. The man was born without arms. The man has gone around the globe, worldwide, speaking about how he's accomplished things. The man is married, and the man has children. But the man was born without legs and arms. Now I want you to look at yourself when you're done with this video. And I want you to ask yourself this question. If a person without sight and without hearing can write a book, and a man without legs and arms can succeed, I'm looking at you. Yeah, I'm looking inside here. If they can do it, are you really going to tell me you can't? Are you really going to tell me that? No, I'm not yelling at you, but I want you to realize what you have. Now I'm going to make a separate video for the people I've mentioned that I'm going to mention, but I'm going to throw a little something out here. Ivan Harris Sr. inspires me a trillionfold. There's a young woman out there right now. Her name is Sybil Presley. She's an amazing young woman. Well, I'll tell you what, she's quite amazing. She even has a mission out there in, I believe, Memphis, Tennessee. They have a bunch of potholes in Memphis, Tennessee. They have a whole bunch here in Pittsburgh, PA, by the way. Probably more than Memphis, but at any rate. So, Sybil created this character, the pothole lady. Way to go, Sybil. She inspires me. There are other people that inspire me. Jen, known as Just Jen on Facebook. She has done things in her life and helped people that a whole lot of people don't talk about or acknowledge. She's done a lot of great things. And she was in really bad physical and psychological, well, I don't know about the psychological, but physiological issues. She started taking the things that our company has out there, nutrition-wise. And even though this is not medical advice, and we don't cure, treat, prescribe, or diagnose, because of all the nutrients and everything getting in her, she feels a whole lot better. Then there's people like Anthony Edwards, a man out there out west, working hard just to get by, but never giving up. That's the kind of people I want in my organization. No matter how many times you get knocked down, you get back up. Doesn't matter who's trying to be against you. You don't quit. And finally, I have to focus on Pinky. I know her as Pinky. Young woman that I may be wrong. I think she might still live in the Philippines. I think she was born in the Philippines. But she is another extraordinary person. And well, she also shocked me. She had this video where she was celebrating her birthday a few days. Matter of fact, I might have been today. Happy birthday, Pinky. And I happened to see this video. And at the end, it says, celebrating my, no, I think it was the beginning, celebrating my 56th birthday. And I'm like, wait a minute. Are they talking about her? So I literally asked her, I sent her something. That's how we started talking today. Like, 56? Ladies and gentlemen, I submit to you, this young woman, to me, she looks like maybe 30, 32 at the most. So I'm like, what in the world are you doing? She definitely seems to have the fountain of youth, ladies and gentlemen. Pinky, you inspire me in so many ways. And to all of you out there, you have something special. Yeah, I know this has been 76 years long, but y'all are worth it. Maybe it's almost like an infomercial. I don't know. Maybe it's almost that long. I don't know. Well, this is one infomercial that cares about you. For real, for real. You know, I tell people to go and watch the video to my, business I'm in. And so many people won't do it because they think there is something behind it, some agenda. Well, I'm here to tell you, I do have an agenda. You're 100% right. Except that my agenda is not against you. It's for you. You see, here's the thing. Yeah, I want you to watch that video. Yeah, I'd love for you to be a member or an affiliate. But ultimately, I have one mission. As stated before, I want to see us have all that we need. Not just us, 8 billion plus. So when a person comes into the organization, what I want to do is teach them what I know, and hopefully my team members can, collaborate. And if we somehow can help you to help yourself to earn a couple extra dollars, potentially, a couple extra, or ultimately, who knows what, then I have helped somebody in some way. Maybe get something they need. Maybe 1 week, because they learned something, maybe 1 week they get paid, hypothetically, from what they're in and what I'm in. Let's just hypothesize. And maybe that particular week, they're able to get a little bit extra food. Or maybe they learn the craft, or I don't want to say a craft, but they learn how to share successfully. And in the process, they're helping other people's lives to improve. And in so doing, they're improving their own. What would happen if somehow you started out small, but you started earning an extra $50 a month? That's it. At that end of that year, you would, before taxes, you would be looking at $600. $600 that you don't have right now. And some people would say, well, that's that's nothing, right? I'll tell you what, if you think $600 is nothing, I'll tell you what, if you really think that $600 is nothing, you can let me know, and maybe you can donate it to me. I'm kidding. I don't want your donations. But seriously, then you take that $600. Now, if you're learning how to share and you're earning $600 a year, you know what's going to happen? You're going to learn how to get it to $1,200, to $2,000. Who knows what? So my point is, yeah, you're going to need courage. You're going to need to say, I will not give up. When things get tough, reach out to me. When things get tough, reach out to Ivan if you know him. Or Pinky. We care. Or Sybil. Or Anthony Edwards. Sybil Presley. Anthony Edwards. Or Just Jen. Or even a young lady named Hope. I can't remember her last name. You have no idea how many people are out here willing to help you. But we're here. And in closing, Ivan, Anthony, Sybil, Hope, Rich, by the way, out there, and Sabian, and Pinky, and so many people I've met. In your own way, each and every single one of you are changing lives for the better. And each and every one of you inspire me. So much so that this video is one of the longest I've done in a long, long time. And you know what? I'm not going to apologize for it, because I love each and every one of you. So, in case you forgot, how many people do I want to see have abundance on the face of the earth? How many did I say? 8.2 billion people. I want that to sink in. How many people on earth does Al Tricasio care about? 8.2 billion people. Yeah, maybe I'm the weirdest guy on the face of the earth, but you can still text me at 412-559-2731. Oh, yeah.